Good evening, everyone. It's ColonelValor here, and I may be zoomed in. Hang on. No, I wasn't. I'm fine. And I'd like to preface this video with a couple of things. First, when you are dealing with me on a personal level, you will notice some changes in my demeanor and my behavior. Basically, there's three of me. There's the actor, the character, and something worse. And a small handful of you have experienced the something worse firsthand, and I'm sure you'll all agree it's not pleasant. Secondly, this just happened to me, like, not very long ago. I was on my way home to grab my camera so I can make this video when I realized, holy shit, I've got my camera in my car, I'm just gonna pull over and do it now. That's how pissed I was. And the last thing you need to keep in mind is that all I've wanted for the past 7 days was some motherfucking Chinese food. That's it. Alright, now, into the bulk of my story here. Today, I got a paycheck. It wasn't much. It was $318.50. That, like I said, it's not much. But when you consider that I only worked 3 days that week, that's not bad at all. So, all day today, I'm thinking, I'm going to cash my check, I'm going to go to the Chinese buffet, and I'm going to eat like I'm going to the electric chair. That was the only thought going through my mind all day, was eating Chinese food like I was going to the electric chair. That's all I was thinking about. I finish up everything, I'm done, I've got my paycheck, and I go to Wal-Mart to cash it. I go to the customer service line. There are 6 people in front of me. 3 people behind me. These are transactions. Some of these were groups of people. 6 transactions ahead of me, 3 behind me. And 1 customer service rep. 1 only. So, I'm standing there for 15 minutes making small talk with another gentleman who was cashing his check as well. And after 15 minutes or so, 2 of the transactions ahead of me had gone through the line but weren't completed yet. They needed extra people to complete the transaction for whatever reason. One of those 2 transactions needed jewelry from jewelry, which I thought was amusing. And the other guy had a pair of green sneakers on, which, of course, mine are more obnoxious than what he was wearing, but I think it's hilarious that 4 years ago, when I bought those sneakers, everybody made fun of me, and now today we get assholes wearing neon sneakers of every color you can fucking imagine. But then again, I was always a trendsetter. But I digress. Two transactions had been started at least, and the third one was on its way. When a coworker of mine, this was after about 15-20 minutes of standing in line, a coworker of mine joins the end of the line. We make some small talk. He leaves the line and goes through a checkout lane, and that's that. He comes back to me after he's done and says, "You should go through a checkout line." So, me and my new friend in the customer service line, we decide to go through a checkout line. Now, I don't know what the hell this asshole's doing. I don't remember exactly what checkout lines I was in. But for all intents and purposes, he went to lane 17, I went to 19. And he had one customer in front of him, and I had one other guy cashing his check in front of me. And 17 checks out the customer, cashes the guy's check. 19 cashes the guy's check in front of me, and then tells me, I'm out of money, you're going to have to go to 20, which had just opened. 20 had just opened, and some other girl had just started the line at register 20. And I told her, what the fuck? I was here before all of these people. All of them. All of them. Even that bitch up there at 20. I didn't say bitch. I didn't get that cantankerous yet. You see, when you're dealing with me in a public situation, I can be downright pleasant until I'm annoyed. And then I will slide right into ColonelValor without missing a fucking beat. And I've been doing it for 15 years. This shit comes naturally to me. And I told her, look, I was here before all of these people. I stood through 2 lines. And now you're telling me I have to go through a 3rd line and stand behind another person. The customer at line 20 told me that I could go first. I thanked her for her generosity and approached the cashier and said I need to cash my check. She said, oh, I don't have enough money to do it. You're going to have to go to customer service. Mother! Father! My coworker approached me at this point. He was leaving. He had cashed his check, finished his shopping, paid for everything, and was on his way out the door. Now, when I slide into ColonelValor in public, metaphorically, there is one last load-bearing beam that keeps me from being escorted from the premises in handcuffs. And when my coworker told me he was done and leaving, oh, I snapped. And it was bad. I turned to the cashier at line 17, the only cashier in the vicinity that had yet to piss me off. And I looked at her, and I go, how much money do you got? Who's got money? I've got a check here for $318.50. And at this point, I'll settle for $300 flat. All I want is some motherfucking Chinese food, and I swear to your living God that I'm going to cause a scene until my goddamn paycheck gets cashed. The cashier at 19 turns to me and says, sir, you're going to have to go to customer service. Bullshit! You're going to have to get more customer service reps! The second customer service rep approached me from wherever the fuck she was, and she said, what kind of check do you got? She looked at it and says, get up there. So I moved to the front of the line. She cashes my check. And shit, what did she say to me first? Shit. She said something to me first, and I responded snarkily, and then she said, no one knows why Wal-Mart makes the rules that it does. What the fuck? That's precisely why I'm an atheist. There was one other detail, but I can't, for the life of me, remember what it was. But the moral of the story, boys and girls, is if at first you don't get what you want, complain until you do.